Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Elaine Cohen Tap Studio on Michigan Avenue in the American Rhythm Center in downtown Chicago, across from Grant Park. So it's a beautiful Sunday afternoon here, and I hope it's great wherever you are too. Whatever day it is there. Funny thing, just as I started to go live, I started to put my mask on because I was thinking, okay, I'm going to talk to people. I have to. Oh. What a very strange time. Speaking of which, welcome to this virtual festival. We went through about 6 different scenarios as the situation continued to evolve. So thank you for your patience as we've tried to figure out what we were finally going to do this summer. I hope you're enjoying your classes so far. I think we have a great faculty for you. I am going to approach a classical piece of music, a minuet by Johann Sebastian Bach, sort of inspired by the works of a lot of the people that I studied with, like Fred Strickler, William Orlowski. Now, Fred, actually, I assume everybody knows who Fred is, but let me not just skip past Fred. Fred was a longtime member of Lynn Dowley's Jazz Tap Ensemble, a professor at the University of California, Riverside, an extraordinary soloist and mentor of mine, and a practitioner of the Morton Gould Tap Dance Concerto as well. And I was really heavily influenced by the way Fred danced and his love for classical music as well. I also studied pretty intensively with William Orlowski, who is a Canadian tap dancer. He was the director of the National Tap Dance Company of Canada in Toronto, and I had the great pleasure and honor of working for Bill for about 5 years, living in Toronto for 2, and then off and on as a guest artist for about 3 more years. And he was really also devoted to tap dancing, to classical music, and many of his teachers and his teachers' teachers had done that. One of those was Paul Draper, that I also got to work with briefly while in Bill's company. Those are just a couple. There are others, but those I think are the 2 primary influences as it relates to the way I move and relate to putting tap dance and classical music together. There are many great artists who tap dance to classical music, like Sam Weber and others. So this is an intermediate class. What does that mean? Well, you never know till you see the people who are in your room. And since I can't see you, this might be a little slow for some of you or a little fast for some of you. But one of the good things about these recorded classes is that you can stop, you can pause, you can rewind, you can actually, in YouTube, speed things up. So you get to sort of manipulate your level or the video level. We're going to start with a relatively simple, just a toe heel warm up in the time signature of 3/4. So we sort of get our ears acclimated to being in a waltz or minuet. And then we'll do a combination also. Okay, so let's start. I want to make sure that I have the camera pointed down so that you can see my feet. Okay, great. So we're going to just go step, step, heel, heel, step, step, starting with the right foot. Step, step, heel, heel, step, step. 1 and 2 and 3. All right, so after step, step, heel, heel, step, step, you're up on the balls of your feet. You're going to drop your right heel and then go into 16th notes. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and. Here's the 1 E and a 2 E and a 3. Step, drop, step, roll, roll. 8 notes at the end. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 and. Right foot first, we go. Good? All right, let's do that one more time, then we'll go on. Right foot. One, I'll give you 2 bars of 3. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. One more. All right, so let's cut that phrase in half. We're just going to go step, step, roll it, eighth notes. So doom, doom, daga, daga, doom, doom. Step, step, drop, 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 drop. Right foot. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Okay, so let's do 2 of the long phrases and 2 of the short phrases. I'll give you 2 bars of 3. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. One, two, three, one more time. All right, so I just gave you a little preview of the break. Listen to the break without being told what it is. Just watch it and listen to it. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Try that. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. 1 more time. Here we go. So, long, long, short, short, break. Let's try that. But every phrase starts with the right foot. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, from the top. Again, this is the perfect chance to hit pause or rewind, but let's just do it again and then we'll reverse it. Okay, right foot first. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. All right, so at the very end, we lunged on the flat right foot. In the book I read, they called that a stamp, flat foot, with your body weight on it, and so we can reverse it, okay? Without thinking about it, let's just do the left side slightly under tempo, yeah, and work it out as we do it, okay? Left side, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. I have to confess, I was a little nervous too. The left side always gives me a little pause to think. Let's try that left side one more time. Also, don't worry about transposing or doing small variations. No mistakes, just variations, okay? Try to keep going and go back into the exercise as you can if you fall out somewhere, okay? Left side, one more time. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. So I don't know if you saw, but I had one little variation in there myself. Let's do the right side and the left side a cappella, and then let's try it with a piece of music, all right? So right foot first all the way through, and then the left side. Yeah, here we go. Right foot first. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Let's try with music. The reason we actually are doing this particular exercise, because in the combination a little bit later, we do a heel, heel, toe, toe roll to the left side. And we will need to be able to do this heel, heel, toe, toe that we're doing right now as 16th notes. Okay, so this is just getting us ready for what's yet to come. All right, I hope that went well. Hope your ankles and knees and hips and lower back are warm. Not too much jumping. I never know, of course, where you are. If you're on your living room floor, hopefully a sprung little tap mat. So this also, I chose a combination that doesn't travel so much. But let's go ahead and jump in. This is the music that we're going to use. It's the French Suite No. 2 in C minor by Johann Sebastian Bach. It's the Minuet. And I've got it slowed down so to about 82%. Sorry, listen to that intro one more time. So the first bar, the first 3 beats will go by without us stepping on it. First of all, we're not doing it with a live musician, so we can't start with the music. We have to wait for one bar, bum, 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 bum. So we're going to start on the 1 of the second bar. Step heel. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you the combination, the part that we're going to do, and then we'll break it down. So just watch it once and listen to it once. All right, so it does go on, but I think that's probably about as far as we're going to get today. All right, step, heel, brush, heel. This is how it starts. Step, heel, slide. The left toe touches and then slides, so it's not smack. It's not the. So use the foot more like a bow or sandpaper and not a hand. Step, heel, slide, and step, heel. 1, 2, 3. Step, heel, paradiddle, paradiddle, scuffle, heel. So step, heel, slide, heel, step, heel, paradiddle, paradiddle, scuffle, heel. All right, let's try that. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 3. First bar goes around. First bar is silence. First bar is silence. Now, the scuffle that I just did with my left leg, this is a sort of a Paul Draper scuffle that where instead of going flex with the spank or the back brush, you actually extend the leg as you spank. And it's not so much of a ballet gesture where the leg is really perfectly straight and the ankle is pointed. It's not like that. But the leg goes to a relaxed open instead of a flex. And we're going to use that a couple of times, and your foot needs to be close to the floor because of what comes next. So let's take it from the top where the first bar is silent. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, sorry. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Spank, tip, full lap. Boom, blah, boom, blah. From the top, I'll give you one bar, which will be the silent bar. 1, 2, 3. Let's try that with the music. And remember, I have this speed turns down to about 82%. This is not tempo. We'll do it a little bit faster later. Here we go. Repeat the phrase. Here it goes again. So let's go on. Step, heel, drag, heel, step, heel, paradiddle, paradiddle, scuffle, heel, spank, tip, fall, lap. Dig your right toe. Actually, you're going to plant it. Do put your weight on it, because then you're going to jump from both feet into a cramp roll. Now, I'll leave the interpretation of that cramp roll up to you. You can either spend a little bit more time in the air, and then close the cramp roll up so that the notes are very close to each other, or you can come down right on the 1 and the 2. If you want it to be perfectly even. And that's sort of an aesthetic thing. Even piano players don't always agree about how certain notations are interpreted in Bach's and classical music. So I like to spend a little bit of time in the air and then close the cramp roll notes very closely. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So there it is right away. Right, left, right, left. Okay, that's that second version. Or like I said, I prefer the air and then the compressed cramp roll. To me, it's more interesting. Scuff heel, right heel scuff. Dig, cramp, roll, scuff, heel, back, flat. 2, 3. When you do the back flap heel. The heel starts 16th note round. Da, 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 da. Back flap the scuffle heel. And to finish that off, the old full lap heel trick. Left foot, full lap heel. All right, so let's take it from the top. Step, heel, drag, heel, step, heel, toe, heel, paradiddle, paradiddle, scuffle, heel, spank, tip, full lap, dig, cramp, roll, scuff, heel, back, flap, heel, scuffle, heel, full lap, heel. That is all we have. We're almost through the first complete sentence. Okay, here we go. From the top, first bar is silent. So as you probably noticed already, that dig, cramp, roll, scuff, heel repeats, and then it has a second ending, which is toe, heel, scuffle, heel, shuffle, toe, heel, scuffle, heel, shuffle, step. Shuffle, heel, step. Dig, cramp, roll, scuff, heel, back, clap, heel, scuffle, heel, shuffle, heel, step. So when we put those two cramp roll phrases together, it should sound like this. Do it with me if you like, or listen to it once. You know, tap dancers have a hard time sometimes just being still and listening, but sometimes it's the most valuable thing you can do is to just listen. We kind of have all lost the ability to just listen, but this is a good opportunity to practice that. Sometimes close your eyes and just listen, or watch and just listen. But sometimes being still is good. All right, so your choice. I'm going to do the two cramp roll phrases to our intro. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. All right. Cool. Okay, so, well, a little note as I'm looking at my music. Ted Levy just called. Hi, Ted. I'll call you back later. Let's try it from the top with the music. Okay, here we go. First bar is silent. And remember, this is under tempo. Don't be impatient. Get it slow before you do it fast. All right, so the music repeats, but the step does not. It just we can practice it by doing it 2 times in a row. Let's do that one more time, okay? 2 times through. Here we go. Okay, before I forget, and I could talk about this for a long time. I'll try not to right now, but you know, Bach wrote this in a church. This was church music, very often sacred music, and that reminds me to remember that most foot drumming practice goes back thousands of years to when all dance was sacred. And I think that that's one of the reasons why audiences still feel this incredible energy whenever they see. It's not because we're necessarily smiling and grinning, although it does make you feel good, or depending on what you're expressing, but it's the fact that this dance form and most foot drumming practices are deeply rooted in sacred tradition. And although this music, of course, was written thousands of years later, it still continues that connection. And it's a bit of a meditation for me because I really relate to that concept and that idea, that feeling. Okay, one last time, and then we'll go on. great. So that was the preview of the second phrase. So we just really do that. The phrase that you've learned so far, we only do it once. The musical phrase repeats, we do a variation. So A2, A2. So we don't wait for a 1 bar of silence because now we know where we are in the music and we come right in on the and after 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Down ba dee ba, down da dee da, down da dee ga za da ga dum dum ba. Watch it once. I can still give you a 2 bar intro. Let's just listen to it. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Some of you have this pattern already. It's a lunge and then a stomp. So you got lunge, tap, stomp, tap, lunge, tap, stomp. Thing is, we start on the and after 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. The second time around on the right side, stamp, back flat, touch, heel, stomp. Stamp, back flat, touch, heel, stomp. So, finish the phrase on the right, reverse it on the left, and then this variation on the right. Let's do all 3 of those. Do 2 bars. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. I exaggerate to make sure you know my weight is not on that foot, but you don't actually have to do that. Okay, let's try that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. So basically, the last part of that phrase is stomp, heel, stomp, heel, stomp, heel. Right, left, right, left, right, left. Don't taka doom doom ba. Don't taka doom doom ba. Stomp, heel, stomp, heel, stomp, heel. We try that together. If we did just right, reverse, variation. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. One, two, three, 2, 2, 3. That comes right after the end of the first phrase, that double dig, cramp, roll phrase. So let's do the double cramp roll phrase, which ends on 3. Hold 1, come in on the end after 1. Here we go. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. One, two, three, once again. should have done that earlier. That time I really tried to keep my feet apart and not cross, so that you might be able to see more easily. I'll do it that way again. But really, those back flaps are supposed to cross behind the front standing leg. But I'm going to leave them open just so you can see a little bit better. Here we go. Same place. The 2 cramp rolls. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. All right, before we go on, let's do that much with the music and try to sink into the feeling of this music. Just for the heck of it, let's do it up to tempo before we go on and just see how it feels. A little brighter, a little brighter. It absolutely changes the way it feels, like feels. The way it feels also. But, you know, the slower is a little bit more melancholy, and that's kind of where I like it, to be honest with you. I kind of like it a little bit slower just because it's a little sadder there. All right, so we've ended yeah, stomp, heel, stomp, heel. We just dropped our left heel. We're going to drop that left heel again right on the count of 1 to start a roll of paradiddles. 1 into 2 into 3. 1 into 2 into 3 into 1. Actually, here we go. Give me 2 bars. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. After you've ended on the count of 1 with the right heel, scuffle heel, shuffle heel, tip. Heel, scuffle, heel, shuffle, heel, tip. Heel, scuffle, heel, tip. So, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and let's try that one more time. From 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. 5-note riff. I know what it is. Second shot. quad. Double back and quad. All right. 1, 2, 3. That's the 2 of the third bar. Let's try it one more time. Drop on 1. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. And there it is, finally, just all of that warm up for that heel, heel, toe, toe right there. You just did the 5-note rhythm, and then right heel, left, left. And then 2 more heels, but they don't turn. The first 2 heels are going to. The first 2 heels are going to turn, turn. Don't just stay right there. Swivel, turn. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Now, we just did the heel, heel, toe, toe, heel, heel. You have a scuffle heel and a riffle to the side, and a 5-note riff to the right side. Scuffle heel, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Scuffle heel, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the very last thing will be your left heel and your right heel to finish that whole row of 16 notes. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4. Okay, let's try that again from the rolling paradiddles. Right, left heel. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. That was not right. I don't know what I did. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. I think I only did 1 shuffle that first time. Scuffle, heel, shuffle, shuffle again. Let's try that from the paradiddles. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. All right. Let's take it from the top and roll that a few times. Okay. I'm going to take the tempo back down just a tad. One of the things that I like to say over and over and over again is that fast is fast and slow is slow, but good is good. So don't confuse necessarily fast with good, because those are two different things. Let's try it from the top. First bar is silent. book about doing something 10,000 times before you know what it is. Well, we're not going to do it 10,000 times, but let's do it. Let's do it again. I just ooched the tempo up a little, not a lot. Two, three. Last time before we go on, okay? Or two, three. And again, now might be the time if you want to pause and rewind and do it a couple more times before you come back to this moment in the class and go on. Remember, you can do that. You can practice. You can do it a couple more times. I'm going to go on now so we can get just a little bit further into the material. Spank, heel, full lap, spank, heel, full lap, spank, heel, full lap, heel, spank, heel, step. What? You just ended with the right heel, 1 E into 2 E into 3. Okay, so you're over there on your right leg, you dropped your right heel. You're going to spank or back brush the left toe. One into 2 and 3 in, 1 into 2. That's all we've got so far. 1 into 2 and 3 in, 1 into 2. 1 into 2 and 3 in, 2. Now, when you come down the third time, go ahead and drop that heel, and then spank heel step. One into 2 and 3 and 1 into 2 into 3. 1 into 2 and 3 and 1 into 2 into 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, as you just put the right foot down, drop the right heel, and release the left leg at the same time. There's not a separate sound. Just as you drop the right heel, just slide the left leg out. You just step, slide. Again, it's not supposed to be right, just flat. That's the end of 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Here we go. In 2 bars. 1, 2, 3. Spank left foot. One more time. Here we go. It happens exactly the same way the second time, but once you put your right foot down behind you, you don't drop that heel and slide the left leg out. So do that phrase twice. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Okay, the second time, just plant the right foot. You're done. One more time, twice through. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Just slide the left heel over, and that's also on the hand after 3, otherwise known as 3 hand. Okay, that came right after the paradiddle roll, so listen to it or do it with me. Right there. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Practice for just a second. Practice for just a second. That's right. That's right. For some reason, I was thinking maybe I had left something out there. Let's do it one more time from the paradiddles, and then we'll go on. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Step, heel, spank, heel, step, heel, spank, heel, step, heel, spank, heel. Here we go. Step, heel, spank, heel, step, heel, spank, heel, step, heel, spank, heel, step, heel, spank, heel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't put your weight on that 5-note riff. So when you do the 5-note riff, drop the toe, but don't shift. Keep your weight on your left leg. One, 2, 3, step on 1. 1, 2, 3, 2 and 2 and 3 and 1. Step, heel, touch, heel, heel. Step, heel, touch, heel, heel. Scott. Let's do the 16th note crawl going back. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. there. If you like to count, I'm still sort of have mixed feelings about counting. You should hear it before you count it. Don't count it before you hear it. Hear it. Scuff the right foot, drop the left heel, put it down, don't change your weight, come back to the left heel. Boom, da-da-ba, boom, da-da-ba, boom, da-da-ba, boom, da-da-ba. And that's the end of that phrase, spank heel touch chop. One beat and a two and a three and a one and a two and a three and one and a two and three and a one and two and three. Yeah. So can we do that again from the spank to pull out, spank to pull out. Left foot spank. 1, 2 arcs, 2 arcs. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. You know, I do this knowing that you can pause and replay and come back to it tomorrow and the day after. These videos were made live August 14th, and they're live for 3 weeks, all the way to September 4th. So I really encourage you to play with it as much as you like, because they will come down after 3 weeks. All right, let's try it from the top. And see what happens. The top, what was the... So. That top. Here we go. flash in front of your eyes, or was everything great? You should do that a couple more times. That was at 87%, which is faster than where we were practicing it earlier, which was about 82%. The application, the phone app that I use to slow stuff down is called Amazing Slow Downer. It is amazing because you can change the pitch without changing the speed. You can change the speed without changing the pitch. You can just change both. It's great. And there's a free version. I hear it's a little, the free version can be glitchy, but there's a free version. Obviously, the paid version is probably better, but it makes it every tune you have in your, in your collection an infinite number of speeds and pitches, so it's worth it. All right, I slowed it down a little bit. Let's take it from the top a few times, shall we? Well, that wasn't a variation, that was a mistake. Let's do it again. Sorry about that. So we won't get to finish this whole thing today. I just sort of rambled my way through the last part for you, for those of you who want to come back and maybe try to get some of that. Let's just repeat what we have a few more times and call it a class. And also I want to let you know that I've been teaching online classes every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 6 p.m. Central Time. Tap 2 on Tuesdays, Tap 3, which this is a Tap 3 on Wednesdays at 6, and an Intermediate Advanced Rudiments class on Thursdays at 6. So please feel free to join me. I might actually do this combination in its entirety this fall. Here we go. From the top. French Suite Number 2 in C minor, and this is the minuet. This particular version, because there's a bajillion piano players who do this. This one is played by Maria Joao Pires. Maria Joao is Joao, that's her middle name, or her mother's name, I'm not sure which, and then Pires, Pires. Maria Joao Pires. She's a Portuguese piano player. Beautiful. It was my favorite version of all the ones that I listened to. Again. Very last time. Here we go. Okay, well, I hope you've enjoyed this class and this sort of diving into tap with classical music. It's a very old tradition, goes back over 100 years, maybe a little bit further into the late 19th century. And again, I just want to mention my mentors, my inspirations name, Bill Orlowski from Toronto, and Fred Strickler and Sam Weber. I could never dance like Sam. I was never a trained ballet dancer to that extent. But his technique and his feet, his feeling is unbelievable. So it's a great tradition, and I think as I look back over the last 30 years of festivals, I can only remember what seems like an infinite number of ways to express tap and feeling through our feet. It just continues to amaze me that people, it's infinite. There's no end to the way people can express themselves through this art form, and it's a beautiful thing. And thank you for being a part of this 29th and a half celebration. We will be back next year to finish what would have been the grand 30th anniversary. And I hope by then that you can join us live and in person here in Chicago. Okay, stay safe, everybody. Thanks again for being here, and tap on. Bye.